Hello, and welcome to this introduction to the VMO16 audio installation processor. In this video we'll go through the signal processing of the VMO, and show how each DSP section is controlled in DNet, NST's remote application. We'll also have a brief look at the facilities for saving and recalling settings, using the GPI port to action memory recalls, plus, how to lock a unit to keep settings secure. So, let's begin. The VMO16 accepts digital audio via its dedicated network audio interface, and is compatible with both Dante and AES67. It can be thought of as either an output expander for other network audio components, or as a high-quality network audio DAC, with a full suite of signal processing. Each of the 16 fully balanced analog outputs have the following processing sections. Ahead of the 16x16 matrix, we have a gain trim to allow levels to be matched for all channels chosen from the network. Next we have a 16x16 matrix that can mix any input from the network to any analog output channel. Each output channel has available output gain, polarity or phase switch, and 1.3 seconds of delay. Crossover filters, so, high-pass and low-pass filters, with a selection of types and roll-offs, up to 48 dB per octave. 16 bands of parametric EQ, with a selection of behaviors available, including high and low shelving, all-pass, notch filter, band pass and more. 2-stage look-ahead limiters. So, RMS limiting for power output control to reduce voice coil overheating, plus, peak limiting for speaker excursion control to mitigate against mechanical damage. And finally, an output mute. Let's see how all this is organized in DNet. Referring to the buttons along the top of a VMO16 control window, we start on the left with the matrix. The pre-matrix gain trim controls are down the left-hand side of the window. Next along we have the EQ window. All channels EQ can be quickly accessed using the channel shortcut buttons top right. High and low pass crossover filters are available with selectable type and roll-off, and 16 parametric EQ sections, with a multitude of filter behaviors to choose from. Parameters can be adjusted by typing in values, clicking and dragging text boxes, or dragging nodes on the curve. Next we have the outputs controls in 2 banks of 8 channels, starting with access to the RMS limiter and clip limiter. The auto setting will control the attack and release for you, based on the high-pass filter frequency, and limiter gain reduction is shown as a meter above the output level meter. The EQ thumbnail will take you straight to that channel's EQ settings. The channel strip is completed by the phase or polarity reverse, the gain control, mute and label. Note that the output level meter is relative to the limiter, so reducing the limiter threshold will raise the meter reading. Management of presets, of which 30 can be stored in the unit, is next. There are control options to select which parts of the stored snapshot are recalled. Matrix and output can be recalled independently. A safety feature to mute outputs on a recall is also selectable here. The VMO16 also allows the Dante routing to be stored and recalled as a preset. Note that this will not show up within DNet as a change, as it is affecting the channels being picked from the network, in Dante controller. To confirm, watch the changes in Dante controller as a memory is recalled in DNet. Further snapshots can also be stored and recalled as files on the PC. Useful for the creation of presets that can then be distributed, or kept as masters elsewhere. Finally, on the System tab, we have security settings for the individual device, to restrict access to some or all of the controls. And lastly, the configuration of the GPI ports to either mute the unit or recall a preset when a port input is activated. It's good to know you can download DNet and check out all these functions without connecting a live unit. This is also useful for offline editing and configuration before commissioning at a site. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.